Morning all, Robert here with another do-it-yourself fix, this time again for the Discovery 3 Land Rover. Lovely vehicle in my opinion, others beg to differ, but that's up to them. Okay, so today we're going to be talking seats. Your Discovery 3 with the lumbar support. This is a 2005 model, manual lumbar support. I think 2006 onwards may not have them, unfortunately. It does make a difference to the ride. Anyway, if you have this, you may very well find that your seat is squeaky when you have the lumbar support out, and to get rid of the squeaking, which is quite annoying, you have to unwind all the way. Yes, nod your head if you have this vehicle. I found the fix. I found the problem, I found the fix. Now before I forget, let me go on. You can see the seats are nice and shiny and black. Oh, I should pause this, hang on. So the fix for those seats, you know, they get the white creases, the black wears off. It was some of this stuff. So it's just basically restained the seats. It's done a good job. My error in applying, which I actually did with just this rag, it gives you the directions on the back. Put it on, buff it up to a shine. Probably didn't apply enough. I've still got lots left, and I've done 2 seats. Really good enough. I'm not going to bother revisiting it. So that was quick and easy and rather satisfying. And we'll go back to the main issue of the lumbar support. Okay, we're back. Now, I did this, I took the seat out. It might be possible to do it without taking the seat out. Sorry for the camera work. Right here, right on this edge, is, I think they call it a J-clip. It runs all the way along, not individual clips. And it's 2 pieces of plastic hooked into each other. And if you hooked a screwdriver right in the corner, you can start it off and then unhook the whole thing. Yeah, no, actually this is not going to probably work, because what I did, I took the whole seat out. So we have, start at the front because the seat's pushed back. Under this clip, which just clips off, you might probably need a screwdriver. These bits of plastic will pull off, and under here, front and back, I think they all just clip off. Are torque screws, like with you want a 1/2 inch drive or 3/8 drive. Torques, is it T15? No, it's a lot bigger than T10. Just get yourself a good quality Torques. You want good quality Torques driver bits to put on your socket. Let's seat forward. Now, yes, okay, so we want to take that one off there, and this one, there's actually 2 here. You'll soon see them anyway. There's one just there, one here. You want to take that panel off. Same Torques bit takes this seat belt off. You get the seat out. Once you've got the seat out, pop the back adjuster off. That one, just put your fingers or a screwdriver underneath it. That'll pop off. I had this on and off many times, which I didn't need to. It depends on how you go about it, I guess. But in the end, this should clip back on. It hasn't. I've siliconed it on, which is a bit sad. The shaft moves and there's this clip-on washer. Even when I try to hold that clip-on washer back with a screwdriver, because I think that's what it clips on, it still wouldn't hold itself on. So I've glued the sucker on, which, once I glued, siliconed it on, so it will come off again. Anyway, Alright, let's go look. So the point is, what we're trying to get to, okay, the thing that does the squeaking is the lumbar support itself. It runs vertically and it looks like almost like a spine. When you wind this, you'll notice that this is a continuous sort of winding movement. It's pulling a cable. The top part of the lumbar support is, say, up here, and there's two, hang on, is that correct? Or is it the other way around? Bear with me. Well, I guess it's held, it might be held with wires across the top, wires at the bottom. It's the bottom wires, there's two wires that just run straight across, and they're both broken on the right hand side. I guess that's because we get in, probably on left hand drive vehicles, it would be on the left hand side. Anyway, it breaks and the lumbar support rubs on the steel frame of the seat. So what I did, the end game is to get some foam. Hang on, pause again. So the end game is to get some foam in between the lumbar support and the steel frame of the seat so it doesn't squeak and make noise. There it is. There, that is probably an inch thick. It's quite very firm foam. And you can see I think that is the section that I cut out, so it's probably 1.5 inches wide, and then trim it up, sort of taper it in nice so you can see it's not just all square edges in there, and wedge it in between the lumbar support and the seat frame. Right, so I didn't do this, but the easiest way to do this, once you've got this seat out, you stick it on a bench upside down. There are 4 screws, torque screws, bigger size than the ones that hold the seat to the vehicle. That seat base will come off. Actually, before you even get that far, if you're going to, the other thing you've got to do some wiring, including wiring for airbags. I think I've read that that's 7mm. Where are we? That screw there. Focus a bit better. Yes, no. Anyway, you'll soon see. I didn't disconnect the battery the first time round. Given that there's airbags, you know, it's not hard to do. You don't want the airbags going off. Disconnect the battery first. I did disconnect the battery before replugging it back in. Oh, I think that's better. Once you undo that screw, that is the plug. That whole big black thing, that'll just comes off easy. And there's another clip holds the wiring loom to the seat base frame. You'll work that out. Actually removes it sort of gets under the held in by the fabric, and I just pried it off the fabric. Anyway, you'll work that out easy. Okay, so these torque screws, my torque screw set's cheap piece of shit, and was just twisting. I couldn't undo the 4 screws. So that's why I mentioned have a good set. Seat base would come off easily. I did it without doing that, but it was a pain in the backside because once you've undone that big long clip along the bottom of the backrest fabric, I unhooked it. Yeah, you probably will, because you need to pull you don't need to pull this seat back right off, just need to pull it up a bit. So I did it without doing the seat base, but then to re-put it back, you got to sort of thread it through some framey bits. It's a pain in the backside, but look, it is doable. So you you unclip that long clip, pull it up through here. You're going to pull that off of here. Now there's a screw or two in each side. One's a Phillips head, one side, and then 2 Torx screws the other side, something like that. And then you pull this up off a flat steel sort of a post. Now the reason why you've got to do that is that this fabric, it comes around and it's held back taut this way onto that same flat steel post underneath this. So this is going to come up first, and I think one of them I had off altogether, and the other one, it doesn't look like you're going to do it, but it does go. You can just pull it up and then you just pull that aside and leave the rest of it still on. And I think, yes, it is this side here that you leave on. I couldn't work out how to get this off to be able to slide this whole cover off. So I left that on and then just manipulate it up and over. Anyway, unhook the 2 loops. Got that J hook, whatever it's called, out there. Pull it up, and that way exposes, and you can see the bottom end of that lumbar support. Cut out your foam, whack your foam in, and now I'm driving around with my lumbar support fully cranked out, super comfy, zero noise, polish the seat up like I bought one. Okay, sorry for the crappiness of the video, but the job is to get the information across, not to make a lengthy quality production. Alright, best of luck, take care.